It's where you go to bike, hike, and stroll miles of pathways over more than 7,000 acres of parkland. A place to go explore rivers and fish their bountiful waters. Natural places to go marvel at magnificent wildlife while you play outdoors and go wander charming communities. Find all this and more at Destination Downriver. Give it a go.
Today's podcast is presented by MarketInsights.us, with the podcast on YouTube produced by the City of Taylor's Media Center.
Thank you to our team sponsor, Allegra, Marketing, Print, and Design. Let Allegra assist you with your print, mail, design, and signs. Located in Wyandotte, Michigan, or call 734-284-5330.
Hi everyone, I'm Carl Zymak and this is Destination Downriver. Today we're going to be talking about the Wall That Heals, which is a 3/4 scale replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, which is located in Washington, D.C. It will be appearing in Taylor's Heritage Park on August the 13th through the 16th. With us today is Dennis Schlimmer, the major driving force behind the wall's appearance downriver. Dennis, welcome to the program, and you are a busy guy these days.
Thank you, Carl. Yes, it's pretty much nonstop, especially with this wall.
What's your schedule been like? Give us a typical day in the life of Dennis Schlimmer.
I wake up in the morning, I go to work, I come home from work, my mother's in a rehab center, so I go visit her,
okay.
And then the rest of the night is either VFW, I'm the national president of the Sons and Daughters of the Vietnam War, so that takes up a lot of time. I'm involved in a few other organizations, and the wall has just taken up a majority of my life for the past 6 or 8 months.
All right, for people who don't really understand the wall or haven't really looked into the replica and everything that it represents, can you give us kind of a nickel tour of describe the Wall That Heals?
Yeah, so it's as you said, it's a 3/4 scale replica of the wall in D.C. This is the official wall. There's multiple walls that travel around the country, but this is the official wall through the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund, who are the people behind the wall.
Gotcha.
It travels around the country to about 30 cities a year. This year it's going to 31. It's the 31st year they've been doing it. The wall comes on a trailer, and after the wall's unloaded and put together, that trailer becomes a mobile education center.
Okay.
So one side will feature all the men and women on the wall from Michigan on a TV, and their pictures will scroll.
Okay.
There's a second TV that will have the men and women that were inducted into the In Memory program, and then the backside of the trailer is like a mini mobile museum where it's got artifacts that were left at the wall in DC.
Oh, which is pretty cool. I didn't know all of that. That's really neat. How long, if somebody is planning to go out and see the Wall That Heals, how long is it going to take, do you think? And what's the typical thing that goes on?
So if you go by yourself, not as part of one of the tours we offer, you're looking at probably 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
We also do have a couple ceremonies that will be happening during the week as well. But we do have opportunity for group tours.
Okay.
And there will be, even if you're not with a group, there will be opportunities that you can join a group tour. And those tours take about 45 minutes. They go a little more in depth.
Okay.
They tell stories behind those objects that were left at the wall. So you know the stories behind the care package that's in there is one of the packages, and you learn the long story of how it sat in the closet for 8 years before a mother gave it to somebody to take to the wall because she couldn't herself make it, and just a lot of great stories like that you'll learn as part of that tour. So anywhere from 20 minutes to 45 minutes or so.
Very emotional.
Absolutely,
yes.
absolutely. It's what's kind of neat about this is when Maya Lynn, she's the designer of the wall, when the wall was designed, it was meant for you to approach it from the center.
Gotcha.
And after the wall was open for the first year, they realized they couldn't do that because everybody just kept walking along the side. So if you go there now, you'll notice there's nice railings that kind of walk you along the wall. This recreates that experience that Maya Lynn wanted you to have when she designed the wall, where you walk up from the middle and it just kind of overwhelms
opens
you
up
and it overtakes you, and you get that emotion that she intended when she designed the wall.
Now, tell us about how you started here, okay? How did you get your start in all of this?
So, well, I guess with the veteran aspect, it goes back to joining the Sons and Daughters of the Vietnam War when we started 5 years ago. We started right after the pandemic, and then I became the first vice president of the organization, and then I've been the president for a little over 2 years. I'm on my second term now. So I started doing that, and then my father passed away in January 2023, and after his death, I found out about the Vietnam Veteran Memorial Fund's In Memory program, which is a program for those veterans that came back from the war but then died later because of war-related causes.
Gotcha.
So we got him inducted into that, and then right after that program, I found out about the Wall That Heals. So without any backing, any committee, anything, I just applied for it, and we got denied.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't let that stop us, and I applied again for the next year. And last November, I got a call, and Taylor was awarded the wall. So then it was a matter of just scrambling because I didn't have a committee. I didn't have approval from the city. I said we were using Heritage Park. We didn't have approval. So it was a lot of backtracking, but I've had absolute wonderful support from the mayor and from the city council and previous city council members. And it's become a great big community effort outside of Taylor as well. I've brought in people from the Downriver community.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, and so it's just been an amazing process. I think for all of us, just the planning has been an amazing part of our lives so far, and we just can't wait to see the wall make its Taylor.
Tell us about your dad and about your own upbringing.
Okay,
because all of this ultimately starts with him.
It really
and his
does.
Service.
It does. He volunteered for the Vietnam War. He wasn't drafted. He volunteered at age 17. He was able to graduate high school early. He went to Henry Ford High School in Detroit. Went to basic training, and then shortly after was sent to Vietnam. He was with the 864th Engineer Battalion. He was a heavy equipment mechanic. So his unit, what they did is they went in to Vietnam before there was any bases, and they cleared everything, and they built the bases up. So then everybody could come in, and they would move on to the next stop. So he was there for 2 years, was exposed to Agent Orange in the process. But we didn't find that out, obviously, until 40 plus years later is when it affected him. But so I've always had, because of him growing up as a Vietnam veteran, I've always had a strong tie to veterans, to the Vietnam cause. So it's always been instilled in me that it's a very important part of my life.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. You mentioned all of the organizations that you've been in, that, like the VFW and things like that. What's membership like in those kind of organizations these days? Because it seems to ebb and flow, depending on what era you're in. After World War II, all of those things took off. Then they kind of faded after a little while. What are you seeing?
And that's the case now. I think a lot of our VFWs and American Legions across the country are having a little bit of a struggle with membership. And it's not just them. I think it's all our fraternal organizations, the Moose, the Eagles, the Elks. They're all struggling. Back in their heyday, they had millions of members, and the membership has dwindled off. But I think a lot of the organizations are changing to attract those younger families as well. What a father that is a war veteran that's 35 years old now is looking for different things out of that organization than that same man 40 years ago. So as long as those organizations adapt to the VFW and the American Legion, they'll be around for years, and they serve a great cause for veterans and all the outreach and work that they do. So I think as long as they're able to adapt, they'll be around. But membership definitely has fallen off on all the organizations.
What about for the Sons and Daughters?
So we're fairly new, and we're more of like a lineage organization, more like the Sons of the American Revolution or Daughters of the American Revolution, to where you need to be a descendant. Now there's a category where you could join as a friend, but initially you join as a descendant of a Vietnam veteran, and we're having great growth right now. We're actually this month, I just talked to my treasurer last night, and we are having our largest month for membership ever.
Really?
We're running a membership campaign. You may at some point see a video with me on Facebook. But we're running a shot right out here at the plaza. But there's a video of me going around to boost membership, and we're seeing some great gains on that. So, and we serve a little bit different purpose. Other than like the Vietnam or the VFW and the American Legion, they have their auxiliaries, which I'm an auxiliary member, so we're there to support those veterans. But the Sons and Daughters of Vietnam War is a little bit different because we're also acting as a support group for those children that, Vietnam veterans, you can ask most of us, we grew up in a different childhood than those that grew up in non-veteran households. So we have that common bond that we're able to connect with each other and talk about the different things that we experienced when we grew up that a lot of our other friends didn't have that same experience. So we've seen a lot of great things through our members being able to connect where there wasn't a lot of resources previously before our group started.
What was your dad like when he came back?
I don't know. I wasn't alive.
Okay, you weren't alive yet. Yeah.
So
okay,
he came back. He came back in '70. I was born in '77.
Okay,
so,
all right.
He had already been through quite a bit by the time that I was born.
Okay. What did he get into? What was his career path?
He was a mechanic. He stuck with that. So
right.
he ended up being a diesel mechanic the rest of his life. And he was retired for the last 15, 16 years of his life and just spent a lot of time with my mom after that.
Now the wall, when it gets here and when you guys have it all set up, will be open 24 hours a day from all the way until 2 p.m. on that last day, Sunday the 16th. That must be a tremendous undertaking, okay? And what do you need as far as volunteers and sponsors and things like that? I know you've made a lot of headway into that, but as of, we're here in the first week of July, you're about a month off. What do you still need? We
still need volunteers. We still need to fill about 50 volunteer shifts, and that's out of a total of over 250. So we've filled quite a bit, but we still need about 50 volunteers. And a lot of that's the late overnight shifts that you're talking about. We're open 24 hours.
Sure.
We're looking for people for those over midnight shifts into like 6 in the morning. And then sponsors. It's a big undertaking. When all's said and done, it's going to end up costing us about $30,000 or so. And that's also including gifts in kind. But we still need money or donations, gifts in kind to make this happen.
Now, where in the park is this going to be located?
It's going to be on the north end by the soccer fields.
Already. And the Junior League World Series will be going on near the south end simultaneously here, including that final day when you guys are going to be shutting down right about the time that the World Series will be shutting down. Have you gotten any interaction with the World Series, and are they going to work? Is they're bringing teams in from everywhere?
So we've a little bit. They've offered one day they're going to help feed our volunteers, which is nice.
Okay, all right.
We've talked to them about bringing the teams in for part of our group tours. So Caroline Patz, who's our group tour chair, she's working on that to try to get once everything is settled with the teams to extend that invite for them to come check out the wall. Since it's right there, you might as well.
Sure.
But it's going to be a wild week in the park. But it's going to be so fun. And
I think it's going to be a blast. You were estimating, what did you think, about 10,000 people?
We're expecting about 10,000 people.
Which is phenomenal. And I don't think you'll have any problems with parking or anything. Just knock on wood with the weather. You know, that's all you can do with that. You've mentioned in some of your statements out there, especially on social media, you're really proud of the leadership team that you have for the event. Would you like to mention some of them?
Yeah, I've got, myself as chair, I've got co-chairs. I've got Sherry Schivel, who's a longtime Taylor resident. The mayor is one of our co-chairs. Our volunteer coordinator, who has just been such a tremendous help, and she's done so much above and beyond her responsibilities, is Angie Winton. She's just been incredible. Caroline Patz is our tour coordinator. Bill Patz is along, and he's our representative from the council, so he's been helping out. Stephanie Krieger, who is past VFW State Auxiliary President, she's on the board of the Veterans Museum. She's overseeing our ceremonies, so she's actually put together the 2 ceremonies that we're putting on. So it's just an amazing group of people.
Yeah, no doubt. And you've got some real Energizer bunnies going there. I'm telling you, especially Angie Winton and Caroline, they both, once they get started, they don't stop. There's no doubt about that. You mentioned those presentations that you're going to have, and I believe you're going to lead with Congressional Medal of Honor winner.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, so our opening ceremony, it's called the Welcome Home Ceremony. It's going to be on Thursday at 10 a.m.
Okay.
And we'll have seating. We're expecting about 300 people or so. but especially because our keynote speaker is Command Sergeant Major Terry Richardson from Grayling. He was the Command Sergeant Major of Camp Grayling for many years. He's a Vietnam veteran, and this past March, President Trump awarded him with the Congressional Medal of Honor. So he'll be our keynote speaker. So that's very exciting for the city to have a Congressional Medal of Honor recipient.
Fabulous guy to look up, and even if you wiped away the honor at the end, the story just from his family upbringing and everything else was fascinating.
Yeah, it's incredible. I'm so happy that we're able to have a Michigan guy here too.
Oh yeah. How did you manage to do that?
So I found out he was getting the medal, and I went on to the Medal of Honor website the day he got it, and I put in a request. And so I was probably one of the very first, if not the first, requests for an appearance from him.
And I'm sure he appreciated that because it's right in state.
Yeah,
and it's going to be that's fantastic. Where can people learn more about this event before they go there? Where's the best places to go?
Our website, thewallthathealstaylor.com.
Okay.
That's where you're going to find everything from signing up to volunteer, if you want to make a donation, if you want to sponsor, if you want to find out about the ceremonies. All that information is right there. Our Facebook page also is a great resource. We feature one of the heroes that's on the wall from the Downriver area every day with the story about them and why they're on the wall. And then as that picks up, we're going to start featuring our in-memory honorees from Downriver as well.
Sure.
And then we'll share the information on there as well. But the core information you're going to find on the website.
Okay, so we went through this like a sprint. Did we miss anything? Anything you can think of? Hopefully we didn't. I think we've kind of got our arms around it. Once this is over, what are you going to do next? What's the encore for Dennis?
Breathe. I'm going to breathe and hopefully start looking for some type of vacation and take a week off somewhere.
You have anywhere you want to go?
I don't, but I work for Little Caesars in the international division.
Okay.
So I travel internationally a lot. So sometimes when I go on a trip, I'll add on days.
Yeah.
Kind of gets me free airfare.
Sure.
So I'm kind of holding out for something. Maybe I'll get some nice trip that I can just add on.
That's a great way to do it.
It is. It absolutely is.
I know my wife for a while was going back and forth to Seattle for her job. In fact, it was much longer than a little while. It was like 2 years, and one time she dragged me along, and and I had the whole week in Seattle. Great place to go. Okay, it's always neat to go somewhere that you haven't been.
Absolutely.
To just learn things and stuff like that. It's really kind of cool. So, well, hey, thank you very much for coming on the show, and thanks for doing this for the entire region. I think a big thank you should go out and a pat on the back to you because you made this happen.
It's all the committee.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic. That's it for this episode of Destination Downriver. Thanks to Dennis Schlimmer for being our guest today and to his team for bringing The Wall That Heals to Taylor's Heritage Park August the 13th through the 16th. For Joe Camilleri behind the controls, I'm Carl Zymak, and we'll see you on the next episode of Destination Downriver.
Thank you to our team sponsor, Allegra, Marketing, Print, and Design.
With a special thanks to our production partners here at the new Taylor Media Center. Thanks for listening and watching. Please visit our website, destinationdownriver.com, or our Facebook page, and be sure to join us for next month's podcast.